Welcome back to the Wealthy Good Life podcast.
Mhm.
Today we are diving into a concept
Yeah.
that I think is really fascinating.
Yeah.
It's this idea of the 1%.
Right.
But we're not just talking about dollar signs and,
Yeah.
bank accounts.
Absolutely.
It's more about reaching a level of mastery,
Mhm.
achievement, and influence that really sets you apart
Yeah.
in any area that you choose.
Yeah. It's about pushing your boundaries, not necessarily to be better than anyone else,
Right.
but just to fulfill your own potential.
I love that.
And what I think is fascinating is that this idea of the 1% isn't exclusive to just the financially wealthy.
Right.
Like, think of someone like Preston Ely,
Oh, yeah.
who went from bankruptcy to becoming a multimillionaire by age 30.
Wow.
It really highlights the potential we all have to turn things around.
That's an incredible example.
Yeah.
And it really shows, this is about more than just money.
Yeah.
You notice
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people who kind of hit that 1% level
Mm.
in whatever they do are also incredibly well-rounded.
Absolutely. It's like they've mastered not just one skill,
Right.
but a whole approach to life.
Yeah.
And, it doesn't always have to be something traditional like academics or,
Right.
something like that. It could be fitness, music, or
Yeah.
even like an unconventional skill like mastering a video game.
Totally.
I mean, there's this story about a guy named Financial Samurai who actually leverages his tennis skills
Interesting.
for networking and building relationships.
Okay.
And he ended up finding incredible opportunities
Wow.
through that community involvement that he never would have predicted.
So it's not just about the skill itself.
Right.
It's about how you kind of leverage it.
Exactly.
It's about recognizing that personal development can create a ripple effect
Hmm.
across all these different areas of your life.
Exactly. And that ripple effect is often tied to
Yeah.
a purpose.
Yeah.
A driving force behind everything you do.
I like that.
Imagine having a grand vision for your life, something bigger than specific goals.
Yeah.
When your actions are aligned with that purpose,
Mhm.
it can lead to greater fulfillment and success.
I love that idea of a grand vision. It's like having a North Star guiding your decisions.
Yeah.
Speaking of decisions, the way the 1% sets goals, I think, is fascinating.
Mm.
It's not just about wishing for things.
Yeah.
It's about making those wishes actionable.
They set high quality goals. So instead of vague aspirations like,
Yeah.
well, I want to lose weight.
Nice.
It's like, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months by following this specific diet and exercise plan.
Right. It's like you're giving yourself that roadmap.
Exactly. It eliminates ambiguity
Yeah.
and provides a clear roadmap for success.
It makes so much sense. And that clear roadmap often goes hand in hand with a powerful work ethic.
Mm.
But what's interesting is for a lot of these 1% achievers, work doesn't even feel like work.
Right. They've managed to kind of blur the lines between work and play
Totally.
by finding something that they genuinely enjoy. It's about finding that sweet spot where passion meets productivity.
I love that.
And don't forget the concept of Kaizen,
Right.
continuous improvement.
Yeah.
This isn't about massive overnight transformations.
Right.
It's small, consistent actions that build up over time.
It's like the compound interest
Exactly.
of personal growth, right?
Yeah.
Small changes add up to massive results, but it takes that commitment to showing up every day.
Consistency is key.
Yeah. And speaking of showing up, it's important to find a system that works for you.
Right.
And if you are looking for help
Mhm.
getting started down this path,
Yeah,
wealthygoodlife.com has a ton of great resources available.
absolutely.
So make sure to check that out.
Yeah, and this focus on continuous growth, on always seeking to improve,
Yeah.
is often tied to a long-term vision.
Okay.
The 1% thinks strategically,
Yeah.
considering the future impact of their decisions.
While the 99% might be more focused on that instant gratification.
That's often the case.
Yeah.
They may look for quick fixes without thinking about the long game,
Yeah.
but developing that strategic mindset is crucial
Totally.
for reaching those ambitious goals.
It reminds me of something else that sets the 1% apart,
Okay.
and that's their understanding of time.
Mm-hmm.
They see it as the ultimate resource,
Yeah.
even more valuable than money.
Precisely, money can be earned back,
Right.
but time is finite.
You can't create more of it.
Exactly. So the 1% is incredibly intentional about how they spend their time,
Yeah.
focusing on activities that align with their goals and contribute to their well-being.
It's about making every moment count.
Yeah.
But it's also about recognizing that achieving big goals takes time and effort.
Absolutely.
And that's where perseverance or grit comes in.
Yes.
The 1% doesn't give up easily.
Mm.
They understand that mastery takes consistent effort.
It takes dedication.
Right.
They face setbacks and challenges head on,
Yeah.
viewing them as opportunities for growth and learning.
I love that.
They don't shy away from the tough stuff because they know that's where the real growth happens.
Absolutely.
That's where the magic happens. You
Yep.
got to get uncomfortable to grow.
I love that.
And that's where having a strong sense of purpose can really make a difference. You know, it's like a guiding star,
Yeah.
helping you stay focused and motivated even when things get tough.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Knowing why you're doing something can give you that fuel to push through
Right.
those inevitable challenges that are going to come up.
It's the difference between climbing a mountain because you want that amazing view from the top
Yeah.
versus climbing it just because someone told you to.
Right. Exactly.
Purpose gives your actions meaning and significance. It's not just about personal gain.
Yeah.
It's about aligning yourself with something bigger.
And that alignment often leads to greater success in a way,
Absolutely.
because it's like your energy is focused,
Mm-hmm.
your efforts are amplified, and you're naturally drawn to opportunities that support that,
Yeah,
that support your purpose.
absolutely. And speaking of attracting opportunities,
Okay.
let's talk about another key aspect of the 1% mindset,
Okay.
having well-defined standards.
Okay. So we're not just setting goals, we're setting standards for how we approach
Precisely.
every area of life.
The 1% doesn't settle for mediocrity.
Right.
They hold themselves to a higher standard in their health and fitness,
Yeah.
relationships,
Mm-hmm.
work ethic, and even their personal finances.
Okay.
It's about creating a lifestyle that supports growth and well-being
Yeah.
rather than settling for complacency.
So it's about making conscious choices
Yes.
that reflect your values and aspirations.
Exactly.
It's not about deprivation.
Mm-hmm.
It's about aligning your actions with what truly matters to you.
And, self-discipline plays a big part in maintaining those standards.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to feel like a constant struggle.
Right.
When your standards are aligned with your purpose and values,
Yeah.
making those choices becomes easier.
It becomes less about shoulds and more about wants, because you're naturally drawn to what aligns with that vision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that brings us to another fascinating element
Okay.
of the 1% mindset, the idea of giving more than you take.
Okay. So it's not just about achieving personal success,
Right.
but it's about contributing to the world around you.
It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected and that contributing to the well-being of others ultimately benefits us all.
So it's not about hoarding resources or trying to get ahead at the expense of others.
Hmm.
It's about embracing abundance and recognizing that there's enough for everyone.
Precisely. And
Yeah.
giving isn't just about money. It's about offering your time, your energy, your support, your encouragement. It's
Yeah.
about making a positive impact in any way you can.
It's that generosity of spirit, that willingness to share your talents and knowledge with the world.
Yeah.
And, I've noticed that generosity often comes back to you in unexpected ways.
It does. When you focus on giving, you create a positive ripple effect that can touch countless lives,
Yeah.
including your own.
I love that.
Speaking of creating a ripple effect,
Oh,
let's talk about another powerful concept
okay.
that's often associated with the 1%,
Hmm?
financial prudence.
Ah, yes. The financial habits of the 1% are often talked about,
Uh-huh.
but sometimes it's hard to separate myth from reality.
Right.
What have you observed?
Well, one key takeaway is that the 1% understands that money is a tool to be used wisely, not just something to be spent thoughtlessly.
Mm-hmm.
They often prioritize investing in assets that generate income rather than splurging on, depreciating consumer goods.
Yeah, it's about building a foundation for long-term financial security
Exactly.
and not getting caught up in that trap of instant gratification.
And a big part of that is having emergency savings to weather unexpected storms.
Right.
They know that life throws curveballs and they're prepared.
That makes sense. Being financially prepared gives you that sense of stability and freedom,
Mm-hmm.
which can then fuel your other pursuits.
Exactly.
And if you're feeling inspired to step up your financial game, make sure to visit wealthygoodlife.com
Yes.
for more resources and insights.
Great advice. And remember, financial prudence isn't just about accumulating wealth.
Right.
It's about aligning your finances with your values and goals and creating a life of true abundance.
And speaking of abundance, I'm curious to explore this idea of the abundance mindset a bit more.
Okay.
It's something that comes up a lot in discussions about the 1%.
It's a powerful concept.
Yeah.
The abundance mindset is rooted in the belief that there's enough for everyone.
Okay.
It's about focusing on possibilities and opportunities
Yeah.
rather than limitations and scarcity.
So it's a shift from that fear-based mentality of not enough, to a more expansive view where you trust that the universe will provide.
Exactly. It's about operating from a place of trust and generosity, knowing that when you focus on creating value and serving others,
Yeah.
the resources you need will flow to you.
It's like that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Right.
When you embrace abundance, you're not just helping yourself, you're contributing to a more abundant world for everyone.
And that shift in mindset can be incredibly empowering. It
Yeah.
allows you to see possibilities where others see limitations.
Right.
And it opens you up to new opportunities for growth and success.
It's like you become a magnet for the resources and support you need,
Yeah.
simply because you're operating from a place of giving and contribution.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the universe responds to that positive energy.
Yeah.
It's like shifting your internal operating system
Mhm.
from scarcity to abundance.
Yeah.
Upgrading your perspective to
Yeah.
one of possibility.
That's a great way to put it. And, that shift in perspective can be truly transformative.
Yeah.
It can open you up to new opportunities, new relationships, and new levels of success and fulfillment.
It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way.
Right.
Your beliefs and mindset shape your reality.
Yeah.
If you believe in scarcity, you're likely to experience more of it.
Yeah.
But if you embrace abundance, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities.
Precisely. And that's why it's so important to be mindful of the thoughts you're thinking
Right?
and the beliefs you're holding on to. If you want to create a life of abundance,
Mm-hmm.
you need to cultivate an abundance mindset.
It's not just about changing your actions. It's about changing your thinking.
Exactly.
Retraining your brain to see the world through a new lens.
And that shift in perspective can create incredible momentum.
Yeah.
It can help you overcome challenges, attract resources, and build a life that truly reflects your deepest values and aspirations.
This entire conversation has been so inspiring.
Yeah.
It's really expanded my understanding of what it means to be part of that 1%. It's not just about wealth or status. It's about a way of being in the world, a way of thinking, a way of relating to others,
Yeah.
and a way of contributing to something bigger than yourself.
I couldn't agree more. And the beautiful thing is, it's a path that's available to all of us,
Right.
regardless of our current circumstances or starting point.
Exactly.
It's about making a conscious choice to embrace that 1% mindset
Yeah.
and to start living in alignment with those principles we've been discussing.
And remember, it's a journey, not a destination.
Mm-hmm.
There will be challenges along the way, setbacks, moments of doubt.
Of course.
But by keeping your purpose in mind, maintaining those high standards,
Yeah.
and leading with an open heart, you'll keep moving in the right direction.
And when those moments of doubt creep in, don't forget to revisit those resources and insights available at wealthygoodlife.com.
Absolutely.
It's a great way to stay inspired and connected to a community that's committed to growth and abundance.
It's a fantastic resource for anyone who's dedicated to creating a wealthy, good life in all its dimensions.
I agree.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
And thank you for listening to the Wealthy Good Life podcast.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
We'll be back next time with another deep dive into the principles of success fulfillment and making a positive impact on the world.